Hey guys, hope you are doing great. I'm gonna be repeating myself today. I'm gonna be talking about what vibrational work is. And the reason why I am gonna repeat most of the stuff I said a few days ago is because I really, really want everyone to understand this because I think this is one of the biggest mistakes that clients do. I don't think that a lot of them kind of understand what they need to work on. So, even though we have explained this a lot of times on the channel, I'm gonna tell you what is the most important thing and what is a common misconception. So, very often people will think that vibrational work is about affirmations and it's about thinking positively. And the reason why they're gonna think those things is because, obviously, of all the social media influencers that are telling them these things, and they just kind of think, okay, this is it, this is what I need to change my mindset, to change my vibration. However, although it can help, that is not what will truly change the mindset. That is not what will truly change vibration, at least not in the long run. So affirmations can be really good, like I always say, if they are used for changing limiting beliefs. If you are using them for manifesting, um, forget it. That's not gonna work. It can't work. And then thinking positively, I mean, here's the thing, guys. I have nothing against it, but the thing is that you can't really force yourself to think a certain way. You can try to, and somewhat you can kind of do it, but your thoughts are produced, they're product of your mindset, they're product of your belief system. The limiting beliefs and all the other beliefs that live in your belief system, they are the ones that produce your thoughts. So you can't influence the thoughts, you need to influence the belief system. That's the thing. And once you do the work on the belief system, that is when your thoughts automatically change without you having to force yourself to think a certain way, because that is not the way to do it. So, positivity is always a good thing, focusing more on the positive things, less on the negative. That's how a healthy mindset works anyways. So that's great. But like trying to force yourself to always be positive and always think positive is not a thing, because even people with the best mindsets will still have negative thoughts. It's normal. Now, the thing with anxiously attached people is that a lot of your thoughts will be a product of your anxiety, and it's going to be really difficult in your head. And this is something that just needs to be dealt with. That is your number one priority: changing the mindset, changing the limiting beliefs, but also working on your attachment style. This is what vibrational work is about. It's not about anything else. Like all the fancy things you hear online about vibration and mindset usually will not be, in some cases, some of them will tell you how it is, some of them will not. Usually it will be like the popular stuff that everyone is talking about that doesn't really work. And, a lot of you have tried them and noticed that they don't really work. So, although they can, temporarily make you feel a bit better and all of that, it's not a solution. You're not really addressing the issue. You are not addressing the issue. You're only like delusioning your mind. The issue is your limiting beliefs. That's number one problem. That is what produces your attachment style as well. So, your limiting beliefs, we have talked about this. I like your belief system. Here, it's very, very important to really dig them, because you're going to know some. Like we all know some of our limiting beliefs, but we don't know all of them. We are not aware of all of them. So take a few days or take a few weeks to really dig through that, to really find them. If you need help, we do have coaching. I mean, I do have coaching, but you can do it on your own. As I always say, just just do it. You need to actually do it. It's not something that is that easy to do, that it's not a quick fix by no means. Keep that in mind as well. There are no quick fixes in life, so you actually need to really, really dig. And then once you do that, and once you're going to start changing them, you need to be patient, because these things, they can't change overnight. It doesn't work like that. So don't give up. People will be like, oh, nothing's changing, I'm out. It always works, but you need to be persistent and you need to do it properly. So it's very important to find the actual limiting beliefs, the ones that are deep down, because we all have them. We all have them. And without finding them, if you're going to be just working on yourself and doing all the things that vibrational work is about, because it's a combination of a lot of stuff, working on your shadow, a lot of things. Unless you find your actual limiting beliefs, it's kind of like trying to cross the border without a passport. You want to cross the border, of your vibration, but you don't have the passport for it. You don't have it because you haven't worked on those beliefs. So I hope this was helpful. As always, I apologize for repeating myself a lot, but I think that it's needed. It's very much needed. Again, I'm going to say that I take my work very seriously. I want to thank everybody who, notices that. I don't think it's hard to notice, because this channel is something that I do in my free time. I don't get paid for it. I really want to help you understand some things. I really want to bring awareness of some things. And, I sacrifice a lot of my private time for this channel and for my practice. And, I do it because I want to. I don't want anybody to think, oh, you're so amazing for doing that, or anything like that. I do it because I want to. It's my choice, obviously. I don't need to. I don't have to. I want to. I really want to. And I would rather film an audio for you guys than, I don't know, do something for myself. But I do things for myself. Don't worry. I do really take care of myself. I don't want anybody to get worried. However, this is so important to me. I just want to emphasize that it is very important to me, and I really put a lot of effort in it. So I hope that my effort is productive, in terms that somebody will actually listen to this audio and kind of understand what I'm talking about, see what they were doing wrong, and then fix it. That's what I mean. That's the only thing I want. Okay, that's the only thing that this is meant to do. And yeah, guys, I really, really hope that you understand what vibrational work is and what is behind it, because I feel that so many people are doing it in the wrong way. And I was one of those people as well, a long time ago, when I discovered vibrations and when I started working on myself. I was doing it, number one, for the wrong reasons. I was doing it definitely not the way it's supposed to be done, but I did not quite understand it. I was young, there wasn't much information. Those are not excuses, not excuses, but I do understand how easily, a person can understand it in the wrong way. That's what I'm saying. It can be so easy. And I think that especially, even this was long ago and there wasn't as much information, so it was very easy to not get it. I think that now, even though we have a lot more information and a lot more, resources, I still think it can be so easy to understand it in the wrong way, because of all the social media presence around it, which is usually law of attraction, just think thoughts and that will happen, and things like that. And I think it's very toxic. It's just not a healthy thing, because people tend to view themselves as gods, and that's like one of the messages that a lot of those manifestation people have. You are like a god, you can do anything, everybody should be your servant, you are the only one with a free will, and things like that. I think that is extremely not healthy, because when we are detaching and letting go, we are trying to detach from the ego, right? And this is like basically boosting the ego. Oh, you're everything, you're this, you're that. And we are all the same. As I always say, we are all gorgeous souls, And from that point, I do kind of understand the idea, but it just doesn't work like that. And we should all be humble. Like we should all be confident, but also humble. So there's a fine balance between that. And I think that the idea of you being the only being with free will kind of takes away on that humbleness. And obviously, it doesn't make sense. And it's something that I'm sure a lot of people want to hear. And it sounds like a really nice, cool, easy concept, like a very easy fix. But there are no easy fixes. And I know that's hard to hear and understand because people are impatient, and I fully understand that. And everybody wants a really quick fix, an easy fix. They want something to happen the next day, the next week. But usually, that will not be the case, especially if you have a hard situation. And that is the honest truth. So, vibrational work is a must, patience is a must, and just being really careful what kind of information you take in is also so, so important, guys. So important. So, hopefully, this was helpful. I love you. Have a lovely day. Bye.